Scottie Barnes has been just outstanding.
All right, let's move on to Rookie of the Year, Mort. Both of us at the quarter season mark chose Evan Mobley of the Cavaliers, and we said it was really between him and Scottie Barnes of the Raptors. Have you had any reason to change your mind at this point?
No, I don't think so. He's the next big thing. He's playing that way. He is a plus defender in his rookie season, which is not something you hear a whole lot of. Although I will say this class of rookies, a lot of guys have come in as better defenders than I thought. Most rookies really suck defensively when they come in. I don't know. It seems like we might be seeing an evolution going on here, that rookies can come into the NBA now and at least be better than the overall anticipation level is of their defensive know-how, which, hey, that's great for the NBA, by the way. But Mobley is just tearing it up that way. I mean, the way that he is reading offenses, switching, pre-switching, sticking with his man, like even when guys are trying to overpower him because he's not that strong yet, he sticks with it. He doesn't foul. He goes straight up. The verticality rule is in play. I just love his composure. And offensively, it's just a matter of time before he puts everything together. And he's already very polished right now, both in the post, moving without the ball, putting himself into the dunker spot, hitting mid-rangers, even threes. It's not on high volume, but he can hit them. Mm-hmm. Like next year, this guy could be a 22-point scorer.
Yeah.
And the way that he's just looking overall, the professionalism, the impact he's had on a winning team. I mean, where would Cleveland be without him? I'm not saying they would be in the lottery, but I don't think they'd be this good. Not even close.
No.
I don't have, like, I can sit here and say, oh, well, they might have won 10 less games, but that would just be anecdotal. I don't know. But his influence is so obvious when you watch them play. I mean, everything kind of flows through him to a certain extent when the ball isn't in Darius Garland's hands. Like, how often do you say that about a big man rookie, fully knowing that you also have an all-star big alongside you? I mean,
right.
It's pretty uncanny. So I still think it's him, but that's not to downplay what Scottie Barnes has done. Scottie Barnes has been just outstanding. We've talked about him before. Just him coming into the NBA this way as a non-scorer and then basically deciding, hey, you know what? I'm just going to break completely with this perceived notion of me that I can't score the basketball, and I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to get to the basket. I'm going to take mid-rangers. I'm going to take threes. It's nice to see. I have Mobley above Barnes, but it's not like it's worlds apart. Like, they are in a somewhat similar tier. And I think Cade Cunningham and Franz Wagner are both sort of entering that field as well.
Yeah, I think it's similar to DPOY. It is a clear two-man race between Mobley and Barnes, and I agree with you, Cunningham and Wagner. If anyone could challenge either of those guys, it's going to be one of them. But I think at this point of the season, Mobley and Barnes have done enough that they should be considered like clearly a tier ahead of them. And I'm with you. I'm still on Mobley. It's so hard because like those guys are somewhat similar in that they're both versatile defensively. They're both more polished on offense than we probably expected them to be this season. But it just feels like more of Cleveland is flowing through Mobley than, Toronto. I think the big story obviously is Fred VanVleet, but they also have OG. They also have Pascal Siakam. Gary Trent Jr. has been playing well. I think he has more depth behind him than what Mobley does in Cleveland, where it's like Garland is playing an all-star level, Jared Allen's playing an all-star level, but after that, it's like Mobley, I think, is just playing a bigger role in their success than Barnes. Like, if you remove those guys, go back to what we said with the MVP, like you remove Jokic from the Nuggets and they're the Pistons. If you remove Mobley from the Cavaliers, they might be not the Magic or the Pistons, but like the Pacers, maybe.
Yep.
Like lower than the Pacers, they'd probably be the third worst team in the East. And if you remove Barnes from the Raptors, they would be worse, but I don't think they would be lower than the Pacers worse.
I would agree with that.
Okay, so we're sticking with Mobley. I like that pick.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with him, right? I mean,
no, I don't think so either.